Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing one of my favorite types of videos to film, and that is my reading journal flip through. Are you coming to say hi? If you can see her. She's like just out of frame. Oh, come here. Oh. Oh, you're so cute. I did do a mid-year flip through back in June, so if you want to see what I did in my reading journal in the first half of the year, you can go watch that video. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you everything that I have done in my reading journal since July. I do have two journals that we are going to be flipping through today. This green one is where I did my beginning of the year spreads, and I thought I could show you what those look like once they're all finished and filled out. And then the majority of this video is going to be me flipping through this tan one, which has all of my spreads that I have done since July. And if you are curious, I got both of these journals from Notebook Therapy. These are in their original size, which are a little bit smaller than a lot of like normal journals that you see online. So we are just going to get into the flip through. I really hope you guys enjoy. I love talking about my reading journal, so let's get into it. I think we all know what has to come first. The lighting of the candle. Boom. We're ready. All right, hello. Welcome to the little flip through. We are primarily going to be going through this journal. This contains all of these spreads that I have done since July, but I thought I could show you how my beginning of the year spreads look now that they are completely filled out. So let's find the title page. Here it is. Okay, I did film me setting up my 2023 spreads if you want to go check that video out, but these are just going to be them now that they are completely filled in. So here's the title page. Here is my first book tracker page. I do really like how this one turned out, but I think I talked about this in my mid-year flip through. Here's how my series tracker turned out. I think I did a pretty good job continuing the series that I said I wanted to this year, and I'm actually in the middle of Oathbringer right now, so hopefully by the end of the year, this one will be filled in, but I just haven't completely finished all of the reading that I'm doing this year, but hopefully. Maybe on my Goodreads goal, it is completely filled out. And I do want to kind of talk through how my goals for the year went, because honestly, I wasn't killing it. I really was not killing it this year. Because I said I wanted to read 2 books that are over 1,000 pages. Didn't do it. Read 3 classics I haven't read before. I've read 1. I did read 50 new books. And I do think I've also done a good job at reading more high fantasy, because I have read books from Robin Hobb, a lot of Brandon Sanderson. I did read some from Patrick Rothfuss, so I'm gonna consider that a win. And I think oh my god, I spelled borrow wrong. That's embarrassing. Anyway, I don't think I really did that great of a job at borrowing from the library either, but that is one of my new goals for 2024 as well. So hopefully I'll do a better job at that this year. Then we have my favorite books from every month spread, which we are going to be filling in. I thought I could kind of do the same thing I did last year with my flip through, where I filled in kind of just some empty spots that I have. So I thought we could do this one. So my favorite book for October was 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. It was so good, honestly. My favorite book from November was Summoned into the Wild by A.K. Caggiano. This is the second book in the, what do you call it? I think it says it. Villains and Virtue series. I really like this series. It was a lot of fun. And then we all know what my favorite book for December was. And if you don't, it's The Starless Sea. Absolutely stunning. I love this spread, to be honest, and it looks so much more satisfying now that it is completely filled out. Obviously, looking at this spread makes me so happy because these are just some of my absolute favorite books of the year. And then the only other spread that I want to quickly show you guys again is my yearly TBR spread. Honestly, I don't think I'm doing too bad of a job because I'm currently at 11 out of 15, and as I said, I'm in the middle of Oathbringer, which I will hopefully be finishing by the end of the year. And that'll be 12 out of 15, which is an 80%, which is a solid B, my friends. So I'm gonna consider that a win. Anyway, those are kind of just the spreads that I want to show you in here. Now we can fully get into the flip through where I show you guys what I've done, like new spreads that you haven't seen before. So first of all, we just have my title page. I went for a little butterfly theme. I like to keep it simple. I also never wrote the date that I started this, and I don't remember what it is, but I'll fill that in later. But the very first spread that I have in here is just another book tracker spread. I decided to make this one very fall-esque, even though I made this book tracker in like July. But I love the color palette for this one, and I cannot wait until I do my book tracker for this next fall, just because they're always my favorite spreads to do, and it's so satisfying when it's filled out. The back garland is like my favorite part, and I did make like an actual back garland, like a physical back garland that I hung up in my room, solely inspired by my little drawn one, so I really like that. Then we have the Wyverns and Words Season 2 spread. Now, I have like one major issue with the spread. Why did I go through the months like here and then like this? I don't understand why I didn't do like July, August, September, October, and like do, I don't even know. I don't know. But if you guys didn't see, we did announce that we are going to start reading series for Weapons and Words, so I have all of the little book covers for the Ember in the Ashes series, for the Ember in the Ashes series. How do you say this series name? Like, I know it's an Ember in the Ashes, but it just sounds awkward. I'm so excited about reading this series, though. I think it's gonna be so good. So, if you guys want to join us, the Discord is always linked in my video descriptions. The reception to us, like, starting to read series has been so great, and I'm so excited. All of you guys are excited as well. And I really hope this works out well, because I think it'll just be so much more satisfying to, like, read complete series together, and I think it's gonna be so much fun. Okay, that one did not go on quite as straight as I was hoping it would, but that's okay. And me and Cass actually do have the series picked out that we are going to start next, but that is classified information until April, so stay tuned. But I do really like the general setup of this spread. I got these like medieval dragon stickers off of Etsy, which I will link them down below if anybody's interested, but I think they're so fun and they fit perfectly. Next we have my Patreon buddy read spread. These are all of the books that we've read so far for my Patreon. There have definitely been some that I don't like as much, but I've also found like 2 of my favorite books of the year through my Patreon buddy read. Then we have my July setup. I really like this one. Basic dragon theme, it gets the job done. Favorite book was The Night Circus. Stunning, honestly. Oh, I put Oathbringer on this TBR. I'm pretty sure I put Oathbringer on like literally every single TBR that I made this year. Who's shocked that it didn't happen until now? Nobody. Then we have my Summerween spread, which I also love this one. Summerween is like my favorite reading, what are they called? Readathon to participate in during the year. It is so fun. I read so many good books for Summerween, and I love my vlog that I did for it. So this was such a fun week, and I'm glad that I have the spread to remember it by. Then we have a spread that I did to kind of just commemorate my favorite fall media to watch. So put like my favorite movies and my favorite shows. Well, I guess there's only one show. 4 favorite movies, 1 favorite show. So we have Twilight, obviously. 3rd Harry Potter movie, obviously. Over the Garden Wall, stunning. Hocus Pocus, always a fun one. Nightmare Before Christmas, always a good time. I was just really in the fall mood at that time. Then we just have another spread of books that I read this year. I also started doing like this rippy thing with the washi tape. I saw somebody on Instagram do it and I thought it was so fun, and I've really liked incorporating that into my spreads. Then we have my 5-star reads of 2023. I don't know why I gave this one 2 pages, because I don't think I'm gonna have another 5-star read, to be honest, which is kind of sad. But I do need to update it. So first we have If We Were Villains, which is not the same height as these others, I don't think. And we have The Starless Sea. I have no clue what I'm going to do with this other page, to be honest. I might turn it into maybe journaling, or maybe I'll just write a list of all of these books. I don't know, but that seems like a project for another day. Then we have my August spread, which I really like this one as well. I did a little Dutch door. That was fun. This is the first and last time I did this, apparently, but I do want to try doing this again because I think it adds a little bit of interest to it, you know? But I really like these sparkly butterfly stickers. Was my favorite book of this month, The Naturals. Still haven't finished that series. I loved the first 3 books in this series so much, and I was so excited to start the 4th one. Then I made it 60 pages into the 4th book, and I have not picked it up since. Then I did a reading challenge where I was reading 150 pages a day. I did a vlog for this. But I really do want to start doing more reading journal spreads for like the vlogs that I film, just because I always find them to be really fun. And this was a spread that I did for one of my Patreon journaling videos. I had just finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I was really feeling the whole murder board concept. So I decided to kind of make a spread dedicated to the series by doing a murder board. And this remains one of my favorite journaling pages that I've done. I think it's so fun. I really liked doing the whole thing with red string. I'm pretty sure I glued these 2 pages together, maybe? How are these in here? These have to be stuck together somehow. I'd never used like embroidery floss in my journal before, and as you can see, it kind of messed up the spread after it, but I don't even care, to be honest. Like, maybe I'll just stick these together. Hang on, is this a good idea? I don't know. Oh, there's cat hair stuck in that. Of course there is. Problem solved. Moving on. Then, oh, that is really thick now. And then we have my September setup. This is like my favorite sticker sheet I've ever found. I have like 3 of them now. I'm stocked up and ready to go. And I also just really like the colors. My favorite book for September was obviously If We Were Villains. Absolutely stunning book. Then we just have another spread of books that I've read throughout the year. Then we have my full to watch spread. I did one of these last year and I actually thought it was really helpful with like reminding me what things I need to watch every Halloween season. I feel like I did a decent job at the movies. The TV shows, not so much. Then we have my fall TBR spread, which could be going better, to be honest. Like, it's not terrible, but it could just always be better. Then we have more books that I read in the year. I really like the little pumpkin border. Then we have my Robin Hobb reading checklist. I've only read one. But one of these days, I will continue the Farseer trilogy, and I will continue to be able to fill out the spread. I use the same little medieval dragon stickers that I got off of Etsy. It seemed right, and her books do have a medieval vibe. Then we have my October title page. I think I went a little bit crazy with my reading in October, to be honest. Like, this is a lot. I think it's like 20-something books. I don't know what I was on in October, but it was fun. It was a good time still. Then we have my Vampathon spread, which Vampathon is like my other favorite readathon to do throughout the year. Any Halloween themed readathon I'm usually down for, and I do love Vampathon, so this is kind of just the spread that I did for it. There's a little bingo board associated with the readathon that you can like obviously attempt to get a bingo in. And I got a bingo along the top row, as you can see. And we have my November spread. I also really like this one, to be honest, because I love Over the Garden Wall so much, and I feel like the stickers that I had really fit the Over the Garden Wall vibe. So I feel like it just came together really well. But as we can see, my favorite book is actually not Thrown in the Dark. I think my favorite book is it's the second one in that series, Summoned to the Wilds, but I don't know why I wrote the first one, to be honest. Then we have another spread that I need to update. These are more books that I've read this year. I think maybe, do I have another cover of the Starless Sea in here? There we go. Beautiful. So we can update this together. So now that that is updated, we can move on. We have just another book tracker spread because there are only so many books that I can fit onto these tiny pages. So I've had like, was that 3? This is my 3rd one, I think, for the year. As always, I love a good fall theme, so you know I had to put some pumpkins on it. Then we have a spread that I did recently, and I decided to do a Half a Soul and Howl's Moving Castle kind of hybrid spread. I'd been wanting to make a Half a Soul spread for quite a while. I just couldn't figure out exactly how I was going to, like, set up a whole spread. So I decided, why don't I just put it together with, like, one of my other favorite pieces of media that is very much, like, entwined in my head with Half a Soul, because Half a Soul is literally just like, it's basically a Howl's Moving Castle, a U at this point in my head, and I'm not mad about it. But my mom gave me these fun metal scissors, which obviously work perfect for Half a Soul because our main character carries around these like tiny scissors so she can stab people with them, essentially. And then for the Howl's Moving Castle side, I decided to make a little waterfall card, which I kind of messed up a bit because the bottom one doesn't flip correctly, but it goes through most of them, and I'm gonna consider that a win. I do love a good waterfall card. It's just been a minute since I've made one, so hopefully the next one I make works correctly, but I still think it's super cute. And I will take any chance I can to talk about Half a Soul or Howl's Moving Castle, so putting them together just felt right. Then we have my December spread. I did my little door theme, and I do really like this. I like opening them. It's fun. Currently, we're only about 2/3 of the way through December, so I have not finished my December reading yet, so I don't really have any stats for you. I mean, I can tell you that my favorite book of December is The Starless Sea, because, like, nothing's gonna top The Starless Sea. If it does, I will be more shocked than anybody, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I just don't have it completely filled out yet. But I do love this little tea set. This is, again, like a little sticker sheet that I found that is so cute, and I wish I had another one, but I have unfortunately used all of them up because in the next spread, I used them again. Winter is, like, not my favorite season, because obviously fall is my favorite season, but winter is like such a close second. And I love planning my reading for winter because it's just like, it's the time to read all the cozy fantasy books, even though they're not necessarily, it's not like cozy fantasy, but fantasy in and of itself is cozy in my mind. Does that make sense? I'm rambling. We need to move on. I do have one blank spread left in this. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for yet, but I wanted to leave it in case I had any ideas before the end of the year. But the very last spread that I have in here before we get into like my 2024 spreads is my favorite books of the year spread, and I love this spread. I made this a few days ago. It was really fun. I had finished the very last thing that I had to do for the semester, and I was like, you know what? I just want to do some journaling. So I decided I would journal about my favorite books of the year, but I wanted to be able to write more about these, so I decided to kind of make them flip out so I could write more about each of the books, and this is really fun to do. It was kind of time consuming, but I think it was definitely worth it because I just love talking about my favorite books, obviously. I also had this really tiny sticker sheet full of these sparkly butterfly stickers that I've been trying to find a spread that I thought they would work well for, And I figured since so much of the spread is being taken up by the book covers, I needed something tiny, so these worked perfectly. This is maybe my favorite spread out of this journal, to be honest. I just think it's so fun, and like all my favorite books are on here, so it was just a really good time. And then after this spread, we get into my 2024 spread. There's a little sneaky peek for you, but I do actually have that video up already if you want to go check out my setup for 2024. But for this video, this is the end. This is the last page. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this flip through. I love doing reading journal flip throughs. I like doing setup videos, but the reading journal flip throughs are my favorites because everything is like filled out. It's done. We can just talk about things. It's pretty casual and chill. So I really hope you guys enjoy this as well. And I'm going to hand it back to me in the outro, but thank you so much for watching. As I said earlier, I love flipping through my reading journal with you guys and kind of showing you what I've been up to in it for the last couple of months. So I hope you enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed this video and you do want some more journaling content from me, I did recently film my 2024 reading journal setup, and I am... She wants to attack my journal so bad. And she's just gonna be there, I guess. If you guys want more journaling content from me, I did recently post a video showing my 2024 reading journal setup, and I'm so excited about it, so we'll link that. What are you doing? I will link that on the screen or down below or something. Also, before we go, I did want to thank everybody over on my Patreon. If you guys are ever looking for more content from me, that is always linked down below. I do bi-monthly journaling content on there as well, so every other month I do post a journaling video, and I really enjoy doing those as well, so you can check that out if you want to. But with all that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.